Now, a lot of people would just throw the arrow away, but I don't like to waste it. I hit part of the metal in the target, pretty much splayed out the insert into the end of the carbon, so this is pretty much just demolished. Although it may be shortened and it may mess up the spine, what I am going to do is just cut it down a little bit where I know that the carbon should be okay. So I'll trim that off with my Dremel and then put a new insert in. Mark it off just under an inch below where it was splintered. There we go. I'm going to wear my safety glasses, my Dremel with the cut-off wheel here, and put on pretty high speed. You got to be careful of the dust, so make sure you're in an area that's pretty well ventilated. Not perfect, so I'm going to sand this down so that it is flat. Pretty straight there now. So this is the Easton insert that we're going to put in here, and I'll show you how I do that to secure it in there. This is the Stanley dual melt hot glue. This is for my minigun. On a test from another YouTuber, it came out as one of the strongest hot melt glues at actually a fairly reasonable price. So this is what I use. Now other people use lighters and other things like that to heat up their components in order to fit in. And I say sometimes it leaves a bit of a sooty char on that area. So what I actually use is just a heat gun. So we'll let it cool down, and then the hot glue just simply peels off. Some of you may think, well, it's very dangerous to be using this arrow now. If I was shooting it out of a very 60, 70 pound compound bow, yeah, I might be a little bit concerned about it splintering again or having some cracks through the carbon. But I'm just shooting it out of my 40 to 45 pound bow, and again, this is at the tip and not at the nock area. If I had a split down here, I wouldn't feel that confident to shoot it, or else I just wouldn't want it to explode down here. But at the arrow tip, not a big problem hitting the target if anything else happens to the area. Cooled down. It's a bit warm, but it should have cooled down enough, and as you can see, the hot glue just peels right off nice and clean. Overall arrow is just under an inch shorter, and I have a 125 grain field point. So just a repaired arrow, but I'll show you it doesn't make a huge difference, especially if you're shooting at short yardages. Again, if you're shooting competition, I would never do this. You would want your arrows completely identical, exact same weight, everything, spine. But when you're using this for hunting or just casual target shooting, I mean, really, I really don't think you're going to notice a difference unless you're a top professional.